65. At-Talaq, the divorce. This Madinan chapter deals with the subject of divorce, proper method, prescribed waiting term, maintenance expense, the custody and breastfeeding of the child. It was revealed after chapter Al-Baqarah's passage on family law, verses 222 to 242. The Blessed Messenger ﷺ described divorce as the most abhorrent of permissible things. Abu Dawood. Ali, the fourth Caliph, said, "The divine throne trembles when someone gives divorce." Islam allows divorce only when life as husband and wife becomes unbearable and could lead to damaging welfare and the quality of life. The Islamic divorce, as described here, specifies that divorce should be given at the end of the menstruation period. Once the husband has given the notice of divorce to his wife, in the presence of two just witnesses, she must stay in her home and must not leave. This is not the end of the marriage. What happened during the heat of the moment in a state of anger may dissipate. Reconciliation may occur. The prescribed waiting time of 3 menstruation periods is effectively a cooling off period. This is the revocable divorce, and husband and wife can resume their marital life without a new wedding contract or nikah within the waiting term. The divorce, according to Sharia, is a simple, straightforward, short, and equitable procedure compared to the complicated, expensive, and torturous procedure in other legal systems. Further rules for pregnant women are outlined, prohibiting divorce during pregnancy. The prescribed waiting term is the end of her pregnancy and the birth of the child. Every opportunity is being provided to help keep the family together, and several warnings are given. Those are God's boundaries. Whoever exceeds the boundaries of God has wronged himself, verse 1. People going through divorce are reminded, be mindful of God. He shall provide them a means out of this dreadful situation, and he will provide for them sustenance. The final section of the chapter warns against disobeying God's commands. It cites the example of previous communities who disobeyed and were severely punished. In the name of God, the kind, the caring. Prophet, when someone intends to divorce a woman, let him divorce her at a time when their waiting term can begin, and accurately count the waiting term. Fear God, your Lord. Do not drive them out of their houses, nor should they leave by themselves, except if they had committed a shameless indecency. Those are God's boundaries. Whoever exceeds the boundaries of God has wronged himself. You don't know what new circumstances God may bring about after that. So when they have completed their waiting term, you may keep them honorably or let them go honorably. On this occasion, appoint 2 just witnesses amongst you and establish witnesses for the sake of God, a guidance for believers in God and the final day. Whoever is mindful of God, he shall make a way out for him and provide him sustenance from where he wouldn't expect. Whoever puts trust in God, he is enough for him. God will complete his task. God has made a precise amount of sustenance for all things. Your older woman in menopause should complete the waiting term of 3 months if you are in doubt. The same applies to those who aren't menstruating. The prescribed term for pregnant women is the end of their pregnancy. Whoever fears God, he will make his circumstances easy. That is the command of God, which he has sent down to you. Whoever is mindful of God, he will forgive his evil deeds and increase for him his reward. House them during the waiting period where you live, according to your financial means, and do not harass them in order to make their lives miserable. If they are pregnant, then spend generously on them until they have delivered the newborn. If they breastfeed the child for you, then give them a payment for that. Deal in a good way with each other. If you find yourselves in difficulty, then let another woman breastfeed the child for him. Let the wealthy man spend according to his wealth, and let the one whose income is limited spend from what God has given him. God doesn't burden anyone except with what he has given him. God will soon make ease after hardship. How many cities have rebelled against its Lord and his messenger's command? We sternly brought them to account and severely punished them. So they tasted the evil effects of their disobedience, and their works finally came to nothing. God has prepared a severe punishment for them. So be mindful of God, understanding people who believe. God has sent down a reminder to you, a messenger who recites God's clear verses to you, to take those who believe and do good deeds out of the layers of darkness into the light. Whoever believes in God and does righteous deeds, he will admit him into gardens beneath which rivers flow. They will live therein forever. God has perfected for them their provisions. God is the one who created the 7 heavens and the earth in a similar number to them. His commandments come down between them, so that you may come to know that God has control over all things, and that God's knowledge encompasses all things.